I decided to make my own mono-only system for my mono records, and to that I decided to do it as economically as possible. To that effect, I picked up a yard sale turntable long ago. I'm pressing it back in the service. I've got a phono preamp from my sound reinforcement musical instrument store that was actually getting pretty good reviews as a phono preamp. And an equipment preamp for $39 from Amazon. Supposed to be a tube preamp. I'm not sure if that actually means anything, but it does let me control the volume. And I've pressed a couple of old KrK studio monitors I had in the closet gathering dust back in the service. So here's a rundown of the system. The parts themselves cost me, what, under $100 for the new stuff I've purchased, and no idea what the KrK monitors cost currently. Well, stay tuned and let's get on with the little preview. I'll run you over the components one by one. It starts off with my old original CC300 turntable that I've restored mechanically. Well, the turntable itself works perfectly, but I've been really procrastinating about doing the wood veneering to refinish the cabinet or the plinth. That's the part I usually mess up on majorly, so hopefully that goes through without making a mess. I'm going to give it a shot as the weather's starting to get bad outside. I'll have something to do inside. It's got the Shure M97XC cartridge in it, and it's been wired to work in mono as per the instructions that came with the cartridge. That feeds into the Art DJ preamp, or phono preamp over here. And the phono preamp feeds into that FX Audio or Fuzzy Audio 203 preamp. And the preamp, oh, there's my tubes I'm going to try doing a bit of tube rolling with. The tubes cost almost as much as the little preamp. And that preamp feeds into my KrK Rokit 5 studio monitors. Remove the audio from portions of my old videos thanks to Google's stupid claim system. Now let's focus in on the little Art DJ Pre. Now the Art DJ Pre, it has no power on and off switch. It has a really strong blue power LED that you can't dim, and it lights up the whole room in the dark. That's a really annoying bit about it. The buttons over here, the first one is a capacitance button. With it off, it's 100 PF. With it on, it's 200 PF capacitance. The Shure cartridge likes between 200 to 300 PF, and you really need to know the value for the cables you're using. And since these ones are wired into the into the turntable itself, I have no way of measuring it. Well, I think I might be able to do it by taking the cartridge off and just trying to measure what's left on the cables. But we'll see. It seems to work best with it left on in the 200 position, so it's probably got it somewhere between 200 and 300 going in. And the next button over is a rumble filter or a low pass filter. It cuts out any rumble the turntable might be making below 20 cycles. You can adjust the gain for the unit from minus 10 to plus 10 dB. It seems to work best at about plus 2 for me, at least with the cartridge I've got it plugged into. The FX Audio 203, the little preamp itself does seem to work pretty good. The tubes do actually get quite warm. Not something you'd want to grab onto for any length of time. You can grab them, so it's not quite as hot as in my guitar amps where it would burn your fingers, but they are doing something. And it does sound pretty good. It does seem to have a gain of about 10 dB if you turn it over to maximum. I've got it set here for unity. It's whatever's coming in from the preamp is the same volume coming out into the amplified speakers. The tone controls for bass and treble do seem to have quite an effect. Right from flattening it down to over driving it. I know from other videos I've seen people didn't seem to think they did much, but I find they do. And I am going to do a bit of a tube rolling test with that one, so stay tuned for that video. I figured out how to do it using Google provided sound clips, so I shouldn't get nailed for doing anything. Uh-oh, my camera's signaling it's about to run out of power again. What else is new? And of course the KrK Rokit 5's powered monitor speakers. They are biamped. Both the woofer and the tweeters have their own amplifiers. They're Class AB amps inside them. And the long excursion woofers, they do generate one heck of a sound level. I think they can reach about 106 dB, and they're meant to be listened to as a near-field monitor, so you're only sitting 3 or 4 feet away from them. Anyway, I got to shut off because my power was about to drop off on me. It's flashing faster and faster. So as always, so long, and see you around on that tube thing.